There are just over 320 minutes left in this practice session. Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:43.405. Jerry Yu has a best lap time of 2:10.560. Puppy Dog from Hell posted 1:43.405 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jerry Yu posted a 1:41.794 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. With just 302 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Megasaurus 55 is on their practice out lap. Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:43.405. It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. There are just over 300 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 300 minutes left in this practice session. Mike O'Hagan is on their practice out lap. Megasaurus 55 is on their first practice flying lap. Puppy Dog from Hell posted 1:41.591 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus55 posted a 140.115 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 141.591. It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. With just 297 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mike O'Hagan is on their practice out lap. Megasaurus55 has a best lap time of 140.115. There are just over 295 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 295 minutes left in this practice session. Mike O'Hagan is getting to grips with the Wolf GB08 in this practice session. Megasaurus55 posted 139.364 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mike O'Hagan posted a 138.754 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Rob Keane is on their practice out lap. With just 291 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There are just over 290 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 290 minutes left in this practice session. It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Wayne Pearson is on their practice out lap. Mike O'Hagan has a best lap time of 138.754. It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Rob Keane posted 2:53.492 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson is on their practice out lap. Rob Keane has a best lap time of 1:38.310. With just 286 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There are just over 285 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 285 minutes left in this practice session. Megasaurus 55 posted a 2:41.475 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Rob Keane posted 1:37.361 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:43.987. Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 1:39.364. Wayne Pearson posted a 1:45.150 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 282 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson posted 1:44.728 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 1:39.364. There are just over 280 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 280 minutes left in this practice session. Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 1:39.364. Wayne Pearson posted a 1:41.741 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 278 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 1:39.991. Jury U posted 1:44.424 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mike O'Hagan has a best lap time of 1:38.451. With just 276 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mike O'Hagan has a best lap time of 1:38.451. There are just over 275 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 275 minutes left in this practice session. Mike O'Hagan posted a 1:37.965 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jury U has a best lap time of 1:41.435. Wayne Pearson posted 1:41.505 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 273 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 1:39.114. Wayne Pearson posted a 1:46.092 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. GB08 posted 141.937 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There are just over 270 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 270 minutes left in this practice session. With just 269 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eddie G is on their practice out lap. Rob Keane has a best lap time of 1:37.361. Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 1:39.114. GB08 posted a 141.194 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang posted 143.119 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 266 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. It's a lovely day for racing here at Barcelona 2023 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 1:39.114. Here we go, folks. The atmosphere is electric as the drivers prepare to. Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. It looks like Hugh Jass is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if Hugh Jass can deliver.
It's all about strategy in these early moments. Chris Ilduke is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right.
Patience is key in these early moments, Rob. But I have a feeling Chris Ilduke is going to make it count.
You can feel the tension building. Megasaurus 55 is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time. The adrenaline is pumping. Robin Overbeck is on their outlap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Robin Overbeck has completed their outlap. Hugh Jass is on their outlap.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Rob Keane is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Rob Keane handles it.
Rob Keane has completed their outlap. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Richard Rossier is taking their time to. Richard Rossier has completed their outlap. This is what it's all about. Mr. Bang is putting on a show for the fans in this qualifying session. It looks like Megasaurus 55 is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right. There are just over 15 minutes left in this qualification session. Hugh Jass has just completed a lap in 1:39.359. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Mr. Bang is nailing both. The adrenaline is pumping. Robin Overbeck is on their outlap, warming up the tyres and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. The pressure is on in this qualifying session, but Megasaurus 55 is rising to the occasion. Woohoo! Hugh Jass is really turning up the heat out there. I'm getting goosebumps just watching them go. I think I just saw a blur fly by. Oh wait, that's just Rob Keane going at lightning speed.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're watching a superhero in action here?
Rob Keane is absolutely smashing it. Looks like Hugh Jass is channeling their inner Schumacher today. They're absolutely flying out there. Hugh Jass will be happy having put themselves into third in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Someone call the fire department, because Megasaurus Mike O'Hagan will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
I don't know about you, but I think Mike O'Hagan, Robin Overbeck has completed their first flying lap in 1:39.102. Woohoo! Robin Overbeck is really turning up the heat out there. I'm getting goosebumps just watching them go. Wow, look at Eddie G go. They're really turning on the jets in this qualifying session.
Absolutely. Eddie G is showing the world what they're made of.
I think I just saw a blur fly by. Oh wait, that's just Hugh Jass going at lightning speed.
It's amazing what a little bit of adrenaline and a lot of horsepower can do, right Rob? Hugh Jass is just showing us all what they're made of.
Someone call the fire department, because Mike O'Hagan is setting this track on fire with their performance. Mike O'Hagan will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Mr. Bang is on their first flying lap.
Yes, they are. It takes a special kind of driver to thrive under this kind of pressure.
Mr. Bang has just completed that lap in 1:41.813. Their best lap so far is 1:41.813, putting them in P9. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Megasaurus 55 has some work to do, as that 139.880 is only good enough for 6th. Looks like Mr. Bang is channeling their inner Schumacher today. They're absolutely flying out there.
I think we might need to start calling Mr. Bang the Flash after that incredible lap time. What do you think, Rob?
Mr. Bang has some work to do, as that 141.505 is only good enough for 9th. I don't know about you, but I think Eddie G might have a secret rocket booster hidden in their car. They're just that fast.
Looks like Eddie G is really cooking with gas out there today.
Time to bring out the marshmallows and let's toast some fuel. Woohoo! Megasaurus 55 is really turning up the heat out there. I'm getting goosebumps just watching them go.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're watching a superhero in action here?
Megasaurus 55 is absolutely smashing it. I think I just saw a blur fly by. Oh wait, that's just Richard Rossier going at lightning speed.
It's amazing what a little bit of adrenaline and a lot of horsepower can do, right, Rob? Richard Rossier is just showing us all what they're made of.
Looks like Wayne Pearson is channeling their inner Schumacher today. They're absolutely flying out there.
Well, Rob, it seems like Wayne Pearson has got the need for speed and nothing is going to stop them now.
Someone call the fire department, because Mr. Bang is setting this track on fire with their performance.
I think we might need to start calling Mr. Bang the Flash after that incredible lap time. What do you think, Rob?
Mr. Bang has some work to do, as that 141.416 is only good enough for 9th. Woohoo! Eddie G is really turning up the heat out there. I'm getting goosebumps just watching them go. I think I just saw a blur fly by. Oh wait, that's just Richard Rossier going at lightning speed.
Looks like Richard Rossier is really cooking with gas out there today.
Time to bring out the marshmallows and let's toast some fuel. Richard Rossier will be happy, having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
Looks like Hugh Jass is channeling their inner Schumacher today. They're absolutely flying out there.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're watching a superhero in action here?
Hugh Jass is absolutely smashing it. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Eddie G has some work to do, as that 140.432 is only good enough for 7th. Jerry Yu is on their outlap.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if your you can deliver.
Jerry Yu has completed their outlap. This is what it's all about. Chris Ilduke is putting on a show for the fans in this qualifying session. It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Simon B is nailing both. Simon B has completed their outlap. The pressure is on in this qualifying session, but Chris Ilduke is rising to the occasion.
Let's see if they can put a good marker down.
Chris Ilduke has just completed a lap in 1:45.194. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. I don't know about you, but I think Jerry Yu might have a secret rocket booster hidden in their car. They're just that fast. Woohoo! Chris Ilduke is really turning up the heat out there. I'm getting goosebumps just watching them go. Impressive work from Eddie G, who has claimed 7th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
I completely agree, Rob. Eddie G has positioned themselves impressively in 7th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Simon B so far. They find themselves in 13th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements.
I completely agree, Rob. Simon B is in a difficult position, but they have the opportunity to analyze their performance so far and make the necessary adjustments. It's all about regrouping and giving their best shot in the remaining time.
Robin Overbeck has put in a great effort and currently holds 4th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Absolutely, Rob. Robin Overbeck has put in a remarkable effort to secure 4th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Robin Overbeck will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
A solid performance from Eddie G as they currently hold position 7. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
Absolutely, Rob. Eddie G has shown great potential to secure 7th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Eddie G has some work to do as that 139.896 is only good enough for 7th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
Megasaurus 55 has secured a respectable 6th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Megasaurus 55 will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. What a performance from Megasaurus 55. They currently occupy 5th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? You've joined us on a breezy day here at Barcelona 2023, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Rob Keane will lead the way from pole position.
But they will need to stay cool under pressure. If they can do that, they'll be in with a chance.
It's Mike O'Hagan, sitting comfortably in 2nd. Coming in at 3rd, we have Robin Overbeck. Taking the 4th spot is Hugh Jass.
It's like they're on the outside looking in. Can they make their way to the front of the pack?
Our 5th place starter for today's race is none other than Megasaurus 55.
What can they do with that Wolf GB08 from here?
Richard Rossier is going to be starting from 6th.
Megasaurus 55 isn't going to make it easy to get through the pack.
Eddie G will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 7th on the grid.
That Wolf GB08 looks like it has some potential.
In the middle of the pack, we have Jerry Yu starting from the 8th position on the grid.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Wayne Pearson has qualified 9th.
We've not seen the best from Wayne Pearson yet.
The 10th starting position belongs to Mr. Bang, who will be looking to make up ground early on. Starting from 11th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Puppy Dog from Hell. Chris Ilduke is 12th.
Chris Ilduke will be hoping for some good points today.
Flagger Euro S up, and it's a proper stoush on the tarmac. The opener's always a nail-biter, with every larrikin trying to grab a slice of the pie early on.
It's all about keeping a level head and finding your groove. Like dancing to a country tune, one misstep and you're two-stepping right into trouble.
I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Barcelona 2023, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
By crikey, Chris Ilduke's already showing these drongos how it's done, nicking spots left, right, and center.
Yeah, every place helps, and that put them in a very strong position now.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race.
It's always intense racing here at Barcelona 2023. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Wayne Pearson's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Chris Ilduke like a dingo after a roadrunner. Things are getting spicy as Eddie G is breathing down Richard Rossier's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
Wayne Pearson appears to be trying to find a way round Chris Ilduke that could make a move on them in Elf. Oh dear, Wayne Pearson has dropped down to 11.
Definitely. But Wayne Pearson is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to fight back and regain that position.
In your experience, Al, what was the most important aspect of managing tire degradation during a race?
The most important aspect, Rob, was maintaining a good balance between pushing hard and conserving tires. Finding the sweet spot between aggression and tire preservation was key to optimizing race pace and strategy.
Eddie G is running 7th. They are trying to catch Richard Rossier. There's no escape now. Mr. Bang is breathing fire and has locked onto Chris Ilduke's tail.
This is where every inch counts. Mr.
Breaking update, Rob Keen's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one.
Feels like Rob Keen's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at Barcelona 2023.
It's neck and neck. The closest battle we've seen in a while.
Should things go south between Puppy Dog from Hell and Wayne Pearson, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
A great pass for Puppy Dog from Hell as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Wayne Pearson has lost ground. I tell you, mate, the tech in these cars would outshine any gizmo you'd find in a Sydney cafe.
As long as it doesn't make my morning coffee, I'm good. But yeah, the tech here is like something out of Silicon Valley.
Look at Robin Overbeck trying to close the gap on Hugh Jast. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
If racing were hold that thought, hold the phone, Struth. Jerry Yu's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment.
Whoops, Jorg Yu is going to be kicking themselves.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
This isn't just racing, it's art in motion, and Puppy Dog from Hell is painting a masterpiece in pursuit.
The crowd is on its feet as Wayne Pearson chases down Puppy Dog from Hell through La Caixa. Blimey, Jury U is closing in on Mr. Bang like they owe him money. This duel is going to light up New Holland. An impressive showing from Jury U, who has gained positions and left Mr. Bang in the dust. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
This battle between Mr. Bang and York Yu is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
It's not going to plan for Mr. Bang. They are still behind Jury U and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Every move counts now as Puppy Dog from Hell works to reel in Chris Iljuk and overtake for P10. A tough moment for Puppy. Breaking update. Blimey. Puppy Dog from Hell's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt.
Well, slap my head and call me silly. Puppy Dog from Hell just made a doozy of a blunder.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't Euro T put it past York Yu to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Buckle up. Wayne Pearson is all over Chris Iljuk like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
Hold up, breaking info. Well, if it isn't Wayne Pearson, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. Oi, Robin Overbeck is on huge ass like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
The intensity is off the charts as Wayne Pearson hounds Simon B, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Wayne Pearson looked like overtaking, Euro D be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
It's a game of inches now as Mr. Bang tails Jury U closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. A twist in our tale. Mr. Bang's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 10th. Hold on to your hats, folks. Puppy Dog from Hell is right on the heels of Wayne Pearson, and we're in for a wild ride.
Rob, last time I saw Puppy Dog from Hell this riled up, there were sparks flying off the track. Get ready for a showdown.
This is edge-of-the-seat stuff. Robin Overbeck is relentlessly hunting down huge ass. Who'll blink first? It seems like Robin Overbeck is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Wayne Pearson is stalking Simon B's every move.
The gap is 0.6 seconds now. Wayne Pearson is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with Simon B.
Seems like Robin Overbeck is getting in range of huge ass.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
This is what it's all about, folks. Wayne Pearson is in hot pursuit of Simon B, who's just trying to stay ahead. Wayne Pearson just blitzed past Simon B like they were standing still. It seems like Wayne Pearson is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Can Wayne Pearson refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they are capable of?
Like a scene from a thriller, Richard Rossier's on Megasaurus 55's tail, hungry for that spot. Robin Overbeck is giving it their all as they chase down Hugh Jass in P3.
With just 0.5 seconds between them, will Robin Overbeck be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
It seems like Robin Overbeck is struggling. Their last lap time wasn't as good as Hugh Jass's.
Can Robin Overbeck turn this around?
Oh, this is getting intense. Richard Rossier is just a few car lengths behind Megasaurus 55. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Robin Overbeck is sniffing around Hugh Jass like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of third. It's an intense battle for position as Mr. Wait, by the looks of it, Simon B reckoned Barcelona 2023 had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. Looks like Robin Overbeck is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control. Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
The pursuit is on. Richard Rossier is closing the gap on Megasaurus 55, determined to claim P5. The gap between Richard Rossier and Megasaurus 55 is getting smaller. Robin Overbeck is on a mission, chasing Hugh Jass, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
It's a pressure cooker out there. Every second shaved off means Robin Overbeck's a step closer to tasting victory.
The adrenaline is pumped. Breaking news, folks. Oh dear, Chris Duke has had an incident.
Lord have mercy. Chris Duck must have seen a ghost or thought they spotted Bigfoot. That was one wild turn.
The gap between Richard Rossier and Megasaurus 55 is razor thin as they vie for fifth in this nail-biting contest. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Richard Rossier's just rocketed into fifth. Things are heating up as Robin Overbeck closes in on Hugh Jass. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
The strategy plays such a crucial role, doesn't it? Choosing when to pit, what tire compound to use. It's like a high-speed chess game out there.
Exactly, and to think they're making these decisions on the fly, with so many variables at play. It's a mix of intuition, experience, and sheer guts. Kudos to the team strategists and drivers alike.
Hold up, breaking info. Someone's revved up after lunch. Robin Overbeck's blitzed ahead, claiming third.
That's what we like to see. Robin Overbeck is really showing their class today.
With every twist and turn, Megasaurus 55 is shadowing Richard Rossier, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt.
The tension between Megasaurus 55 and Richard Rossier is palpable as they battle for P5.
Breaking news, folks. Boy.
Is it just me or?
Nah, mate, Richard Rossier really just took the scenic route through the outback of Barcelona 2023. Crikey.
Racing at Barcelona 2023 is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Today, Richard Rossier got the lemon.
Blimey, Eddie's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who'll make the next move?
The gap between Eddie G and Richard Rossier is growing. It's now up to 1.1 seconds. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Hugh Jass can catch some shade behind Robin Overbeck? F?
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. This is more than a race. It's a battle of wills, of nerve, of sheer determination.
This is a thrilling battle as Wayne Pearson edges closer to Puppy Dog from Hell in their fight for P11. The action is non-stop as Hugh Jass shadows Robin Overbeck through every twist and turn, determined to claim third.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Looks like Wayne Pearson is coming in hot. They're approaching the turn way too fast. It's a challenging situation for Wayne Pearson. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, 0.1 seconds away, and Simon B, 0.1 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight. It's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now. Yes, and in this high-octane opera, Mike O'Hagan's voice resonates the loudest from that second.
Hugh Jass is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Hugh Jass needs to stay patient and wait for Robin Overbeck to make a mistake.
A strong showing from Jury U, who is currently 8th.
Oh, for sure, but remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. Your U needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Hugh Jass is closing in on Robin Overbeck. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Hugh Jass's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Robin Overbeck. The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell in 11th and Chris Duke remains over a second, but Puppy Dog from Hell is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close the gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 1 minute?
Absolutely. Puppy Dog from Hell in 11th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got Hugh Jass's name on it. Robin Overbeck, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you. Hang on to your cork hats, mates, we're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Hugh Jass and Robin Overbeck. From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Mike O'Hagan's masterful hold on the second. Well, I'll be hal, Mike O'Hagan's lead over Robin Overbeck is slipping away faster than a greased pig at a county fair. We're down to just 5.1 seconds now. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Hugh Jass is chasing Robin Overbeck in P3.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
It looks like Rob Keane has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
They'll be the ones celebrating at the finish line.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Rob Keane, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Rob Keane. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
What a fantastic race from Mike O'Hagan, who brings it home in second place. That was an outstanding performance from Robin Overbeck. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
Fantastic result.
Hugh Jass, Megasaurus 55, and Puppy Dog from Hell end in 4th, 5th, and 11th. Richard Rossier brings home 6th. Eddie G takes 7th. 12th is Simon B. Jerry U in 8th. In 9th, it's Mr. Bang. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Barcelona 2023, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Starting from pole position is the perfect place for Mr. Bang to launch an attack. As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Eddie G starting in second position.
They are in a good place to mount a good challenge come the first corner.
And in the third position, it's none other than Richard Rossier. We're seeing Megasaurus 55 in the fourth spot. Hugh Jass is holding down the fort in fifth place. From the middle of the pack, we have Robin Overbeck in sixth place on the starting grid.
But if they can find their rhythm early on, they could be a real threat.
On the seventh grid slot, we have Mike O'Hagan. Our eighth place starter, Rob Keane, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Sitting in ninth is Chris Ilduke.
They would have liked to be higher up, but that's not going to stop Chris Ilduke fighting their way through.
Starting from the 10th position, Puppy Dog from Hell will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
But they're going to have to time their moves just right if they want to come out on top.
Simon B has some work to do from 11th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet. Wayne Pearson has got their work cut out for them starting from 12th on the grid. Oi, lights are gone. Flat out like a lizard drinking, mate.
This is the real proving ground. Gotta keep calm, but push like there's no tomorrow.
This is going to be one hell of a race, I can already feel it. There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
Let's hope they all brought their games today.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. Seems like Mr. Bang is moving in slow motion compared to the rest of the field, already losing precious places.
It's like Mr. Bang was practicing their dance moves instead of their launch, but let's see if they can waltz their way back up the field.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
I'm looking forward to this one, Rob, and we'll see a return to form for Eddie G in this outing in Spain.
I swear, Richard Rossier's on the prowl, making that leap to fourth look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
I tell y'all, Richard Rossier is hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming fourth like a champ.
Oh my, Robin Overbeck is hot on the tail of Eddie G. As they come into Elf, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. Mr. Bang seems to be putting the pressure on Robin Overbeck. Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Mr. Bang acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 6th.
Racing's an art, and sometimes the canvas changes mid-stroke. Mr. Bang's shift will add to the intrigue of today's story.
Stone the Crows. Mr. Bangs pulled a sneaky, landing at 9th. Always a surprise with them. It's a battle of wills out there. Each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. No room for error here. Rob Keane is breathing down the neck of Hugh Jass, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
The only thing closer than Rob Keane to Hugh Jass right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. I don't think that's the fastest way around Barcelona 2023. It looks like Rob Keane is all over Hugh Jass. I think they're gonna press him through Elf and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Hugh Jass is going to be aware of them riding their bumper. There is no room for error in this battle.
Wow, Robin Overbeck is really pushing hard to catch up to Eddie G. There's blood in the water for third place. Alright, hold your horses. Rob Keane is really putting the heat on Hugh Jass. If I were Hugh Jass, Euro D be checking those mirrors non-stop. It's a thrilling pursuit as Megasaurus 55, hold that thought, hold the phone. Looks like that's a mistake from Chris Ilduke. This could be costly.
Hot diggity. If Chris Ilduke had a banjo, they'd be strumming a sad tune right about now.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Mike O'Hagan is proper nipping at Puppy Dog from Hell's Heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Blimey, Mike O'Hagan's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 6th just like that. We got a close battle as Rob Keane closes in on Hugh Jass.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Whoa, Rob Keane's on fire, leaving skid marks and Hugh Jass's hopes behind. Look at that, Robin Overbeck is hot on the tail of Richard Rossier.
Can Robin Overbeck close the 0.6 second gap and make a pass?
Bloody oath, Robin Overbeck is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Richard Rossier down to a scant 0.2 seconds. You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
The crowd is on tender hooks as Mr. Bang in 9th chases after Wayne Pearson. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Mr. Bang find a way to catch up?
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. But Mr. Bang, keep pushing.
Every gear shift, every pedal push, Mike O'Hagan's got one goal in mind, capturing Richard Rossier's spot. It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Mike O'Hagan and Richard Rossier. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Megasaurus 55 needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
Struth, Megasaurus 55's not here to muck about. The gap to Mr. Bang is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 0.2 seconds. We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at AssettoCorsaFriends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. As they speed through La Caixa, Megasaurus 55 is relentlessly pursuing Mr. Bang in a high-stakes battle for position. Megasaurus 55 could be on a charge here. How they have just put in a quicker lap than Mr. Bang.
We'll have to see if Mr. Bang has got any answers for that.
A brilliant maneuver from Megasaurus 55, who has just moved up the field.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Megasaurus 55 just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to 9th and sizzling.
Oh, this is getting intense. Mr. Bang is just behind Megasaurus 55.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Mr. Bang is definitely living on the edge today.
It's a close race between Robin Overbeck and Eddie G in third. Ripper of a move. Robin Overbeck's not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, third. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization.
Breaking news, folks.
Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Robin Overbeck's taken a slide, but knowing them, it's just a part of the dance.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Robin Overbeck needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
The battle for 5 is heating up as Richard Rossier tries to catch Eddie G in P5. It's game on now. Richard Rossier has closed the gap to Eddie G. It's now down to 0.2 seconds.
Exactly what Richard Rossier needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Eddie G.
It's pedal to the metal for Richard Rossier, while Eddie's still flipping through the radio channels. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Richard Rossier is breathing down the neck of Eddie G, not giving him any room to relax. Crikey, Richard Rossier is losing touch with Eddie G quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Megasaurus 55 will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. Bloody hell. Megasaurus 55's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 8th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration. The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible, or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race, anything can happen.
Ha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. The tension is building as Wayne Pearson trails behind Megasaurus 55. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Megasaurus 55 hold on, or will Wayne Pearson be able to close them down?
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Wayne Pearson is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
The pressure is on for Megasaurus 55 as they try to catch up to Puppy Dog from Hell.
Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
Fair dinkum, Megasaurus 55 is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Puppy Dog from Hell is now down to a whisker at 0.2 seconds. What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Rob. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within the team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
Things are getting spicy as Megasaurus 55 is breathing down Puppy Dog from Hell's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
Megasaurus 55 is so close to Puppy Dog from Hell that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Puppy Dog from Hell is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
Just what Megasaurus 55 needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Puppy Dog from Hell out of sight for too long.
Great driving from Megasaurus 55, who has just gained a place and moved up to 7th.
Absolutely. Megasaurus 55 is really putting on a clinic.
Braking alert. Looks like Mike O'Hagan is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride.
It's a real shame. Until this point in the race they'd been looking at a decent result.
This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Wayne Pearson zeroes in on Puppy Dog from Hell, blade sharpened and ready.
On this asphalt battlefield, Wayne Pearson's determination is the weapon, and Puppy Dog from Hell is the target.
It looks like Wayne Pearson is making a move. The gap to Puppy Dog from Hell is now down to 0.3 seconds.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Hal, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
Hold on to your seats. Wayne Pearson's turning the heat up on Puppy Dog from Hell, closing in for the kill.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Wayne Pearson should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Puppy Dog from Hell.
With steely determination and laser focus, Eddie G is homing in on Richard Rossier. The battle lines are drawn. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Eddie's giving it some stick, pulling Richard Rossier into a mere 0.7 seconds. It's a battle of wills out there, with Wayne Pearson trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Mr. Bang. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race? Mate, Chris Hill dukes right up Simon B's chuff. As they zip through Renault, we're all expecting some fireworks.
Should things go awry, Chris Hill Duck and Simon B might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
It's looking good for Chris Hill Duke, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Simon B.
Well, it's not just about speed, it's about strategy. But right now, Chris Hill Duke's showing a masterclass in both.
I love being here at Barcelona 2023. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Rob, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
Oh, the chase is on. Simon B is breathing down the neck of Chris Hill Duke. Good news for Simon B, the gap to Chris Hill Duke has decreased. It's now down to 0.5 seconds.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
It's like David vs Goliath out there. Simon B just slung a stone and gained ground, while Chris Hill Duke is left searching for footing.
Absolutely, Rob, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and Simon B can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
Look at Chris Hill Duke trying to close the gap on Simon B. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Eddie G is the predator, with Richard Rossier firmly in their sights.
The roaring engines are echoing Eddie's battle cry. Richard Rossier, can you hear the thunder?
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Simon B is doing to Chris Ilduck right now, doesn't it?
Hold on to your hats. Eddie G is gunning for Richard Rossier. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Eddie G is taking that advice to heart today.
Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Mr. Bang's inching ever closer to Puppy Dog from Hell. You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engineering and innovation that goes into making these vehicles. But it all comes down to the drivers, who have to be able to handle the power and speed. It's going to be thrilling seeing how this race turns out.
Oi, Chris Ilduck is on Simon B like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack. It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Chris Ilduck is really walking that tightrope.
Wow, Rob Keane is really pushing hard in these final moments of the race.
That's an impressive burst of speed.
It's all over. Rob Keane has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Hugh Jass takes second place with a fantastic race. Finishing 11th is Chris Ilduck. Taking 12th is Simon B. What a race from Rob and Overbeck, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Coming in fourth we have Mike O'Hagan. Eddie G and Richard Rossier end in 5th and 6th. With Megasaurus 55 in 7th. Puppy Dog from Hell claim 8th. Mr. Bang take 9th. Tenth sees Wayne Pearson.